Hi friends, I'm really out of my comfort zone doing videos, but I thought this would be an encouragement to someone, so I just wanted to get this little testimony out there. And it's probably going to be a part 2 because I've got a lot and I don't want to make it long, do 2 short videos. Anyway, I've been listening to Isaiah at night when I go to sleep, and I started I think it was the 18th of October. I listened to chapter 1 and I started chapter 2, and then I started getting sleepy, so I paused it. And the next night, I was getting ready to listen to it again, pick up where I left off in Isaiah, and I saw a thumbnail on the screen down at the bottom that caught my attention. And the name of the video was called Vision of the Trees, and it's by the Vray. It's TheVray 1. It's 4 minutes long. Anyway, it just drew me in like a magnet. I had to watch it, so I watched the video, and after I watched it, I was just kind of, I don't know, in prayer, about it, asking God for confirmation, and I just felt like what she was saying was really true. It was truth, and that there's so much of this we're seeing in our lives today, these big trees in our lives, so to speak, that are going to come down. The Lord's going to take them down. Let me just read you her video, the vision she had, and then I'll explain what happened. So she had this vision. There was a line of huge trees, 6 to 8, and she heard, "Go over and push on the trees." So she pushed on one tree, and they all fell as one. Not like dominoes, just all boom at the same time. They all fell. Their roots were surprisingly shallow for how big the trees were. She thought it was really weird. She never had a vision before. Then another scene appeared, and it was a hand with an axe, and the hand was chopping at the roots of the trees. Then the axe began chopping off the tops also, the heads of the trees. She heard a lot of cracking, like it was really hard chopping the roots. She feels like they were cut down because they were of no use. Their roots were shallow, and they were just being shown for what they were. They were going to be burned. She started praying, asking God, "God, am I one of those trees that is going to be chopped down and burned?" He said, "You're fed from a different water." Then she thought of scripture that speaks of the trees by the river that thrive, etc. He's our living water. She felt after this, and after praying about it, that these trees are organizations, entities, people that are going to be revealed for what they truly are. They're going to fall, and it's going to be a shock and a shaking to a lot of people, but they are going to fall. God sees what's really in their heart. There's going to be a great shaking, a falling. People will be saying, "What is going on?" The world is going to see it. God is tossing them in the fire. Things are going to be shaken up. So after this video, I'm praying about it and all, and the verse that comes to my mind right now, I just wanted to share, is from Hebrews 12:28 through 29, which says, "Wherefore, we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved or shaken, let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear, for our God is a consuming fire." Hebrews 12:28 through 29. So after this video, I put on Isaiah, picking up where I left off, not very far into chapter 2. Suddenly, I wrote all this down, so I'm checking my notebook. Suddenly, I'm about jolted out of bed by what I'm hearing. Verses 10 through 22. "Enter into the rock and hide in the dust from the terror of the Lord and the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled. The haughtiness of men shall be bowed down." And I'm just going to read what I've highlighted here. Lord of hosts shall come upon everything proud and lofty, everything lifted up, brought low, cedars of Lebanon that are high and lifted up, the oaks of Bashan, high mountains, hills that are lifted up, every high tower, every fortified wall, all the ships of Tarshish, all the beautiful sloops. The loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be brought low. They shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth from the terror of the Lord and the glory of his majesty, when he arises to shake the earth mightily. When he arises to shake the earth mightily, sever yourselves from such a man whose breath is in his nostrils, for of what account is he? So, this is what I read. This is what I heard when I'm laying there listening to Isaiah chapter 2. I'll pick up right where I left off, and this is what's coming out of this man's mouth. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that is her vision. So I'm going to continue this on another video. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here, and I'll pick up on part 2.